Too often people are just told that they're to love everybody else, and especially as far as women are concerned. Love
right.
everybody else and put yourself second.
Okay.
Women are taught to be selfless, and men are taught to be selfish.
Okay.
We don't know whether we really know someone or not, and we get with them, and we're looking for it to go in a direction, but we haven't talked about it. And the other thing is that there is not a relationship agenda. There has to be an agenda. And that agenda means that both have to be on the same page. If they're not in the same page, at least be in the same chapter of the same book. Too often they come together, they're not even in the same book. People cannot break a cycle that they don't know even exists. Sometimes we participate in life too much. Take time and step out and observe it. People go stronger together because they're committed to being stronger together. They're in it for the long haul. They want to be there, and they have the motivation to be there. When they actually took the vow, and what we have to recognize is that everybody who comes together, God didn't put them together. Sometimes we put ourselves together. If a person is in a situation, there is no commitment. There's lack of love, there's lack of respect, there's lack of trust, and they're in it for the short haul, and that's what a situation is. It doesn't last forever and a day. A relationship is for the long haul. There is trust, there's commitment, there is communication, effective communication. As the situation continues, eventually it becomes a condition. A condition, and you need treatment. That's what you say. Anytime you have a condition, you have to have treatment for that condition, So you go from a situation, and as it gets worse, it becomes a condition. And unless there's some intervention, some treatment, it's not going to get any better. So people stay in conditions forever and a day thinking that it's a relationship, but that relationship is not effective. They're not actually building blocks. They're not going anywhere. They're not creating anything that's long lasting. People take on people based on where they are at a particular time in life. And that person might fit at that particular time, but they might not fit later. When I see couples and they're ready to divorce, and they're going through, they're having friction, they're having difficulty, it didn't start in that marriage. It started prior to the marriage. Whatever took place before the marriage started is 9 times out of 10 going to take place once it gets going. The first order is looking at oneself. Let me look at me. Let me take time with me first. I think some of us, especially women, are so desperate to be with someone else that we don't take the time to begin to look at ourselves. And sometimes men get into it because it's a convenience. I need to have somebody to wash, do all the other things that I might not want to do for myself. Relationship is standing together firm, one-to-one. And when you're talking about a true relationship, it's communicating effectively. It's mutual respect and regard and understanding. You started this relationship, not the situation, the relationship off on the right track. That meant that you started out with that man or that woman with a friendship. You have to go to the heart of the matter, and you have to begin to say, how do we communicate intimately? When we're talking about intellectual communication, spiritual communication, and you're talking about equally yoked, where's that person with me on a spiritual level? You know, anybody can carry a Bible. The drug addicts carry a Bible. Did you hear what I say? The drug addicts sometimes carry a Bible. Abusers. The alcoholics, the abusers. Some of the main people who sit up there every day, but what about that spiritual connection? You're so desperate that you go out there and get with somebody that you know you don't need to be with, or another woman's husband that doesn't belong to you, even though you think he shouldn't be with her, even though he's telling you things are not all right there. If it's not all right there, it's not going to be all right with you either. Send him back home.